Early
Johnny.
fights? Who do you think?
Did you just say spread the Lamau?
No, I said love. Yeah,
Okay.
you can spread the Lamau as well. I mean, spread happiness.
Yeah, it's happiness, you know? Just loves us too much, and he just wanted to show our faces once more, just so you guys can keep our faces in your minds before the game starts. But we're
Don't
already up
forget
to a
us.
nice action inside the kill feed, as we do see the
It's gonna have to take if they want to move from fighting on the open slope. They don't have a lot of cover to protect them from the players of 1952. In fact, TRZ, they might be able to hide their bodies, but 1952, it's gonna be a head-on fight. And well, entry has been spotted out. Galton taking a few shots is not gonna be able to.
And they're doing a great job at that too. Gremlin Storm still eyeing out for the water lines. They know there's a chance that there might be a bit of threat moving in from the other side. They knew one team dropped on the other side too, so it makes a lot of sense. Memo is trying to scout out the water lines, but one player has sneaked away on the other side. So that might be a bit of surprise factor from Deadeye's guys. But I love how these teams are quick on their feet.
Well, that they are, but I think we're going to see a little bit of a surprise from the lads of High Voltage as well, because we do have the map in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, and what I can see is the lads from High Voltage moving completely to the western part of the map, on the western edge of the Camp Alpha Island, and I think we might see an extremely late rotation from their side, but let's see. The first blue zone is going to close in 3, 2, 1. And we're going to circle. We will see the circle moving towards the central part of the map, just completely between Paradise Resort and Quarry. So TRZ once again have found themselves a safe haven, but for how long? If TRZ managed to consistently finish in the top 3, I am going to be impressed.
Definitely will be quite impressive considering how they played in the previous Pmpl. It'll be an astonishing way to open things up. Giant Mara on a move as well. Even this is another one of those teams that is still on the latter half of the board. They need to play well. Raw as well on the latter half of the board. 4 individuals that are pretty experienced, that have a decent amount of experience when it comes to PMPLs, but still not able to perform up to the mark. Gremlin Storm eyeing out for the water lines. They still think that there is someone lingering around in the back lines, trying to be as aware and as cautious. At this moment, at this phase, teams are just setting up for an execution. Just trying to set other teams in a deadlock, hoping that maybe when the next circle hits the deck, they're going to try to execute them. But there's a chance that the defending team might just break through the deadlock.
Well, but let's see what is the catalyst going to be for that to happen. On our screens, though, Charif from the side of Deadeye's guys, looking to see if he can clear the position right in front of him for his team to move in. But I believe Deadeye's guys, they're aware of the fact that GSM is right next to them. But, ladies and gentlemen, as we saw on the finish feed, T2K part of some action right now, taking a fight against the players of Skylight Gaming. One
Gremlin Storm, and it does not seem like Gremlin Storm have any sort of intentions of backing down from this spot.
They have waited and waited for this moment for the players of DE to reveal themselves, and now finally they have the opportunity to finish all of them up. Chari made the mistake of revealing himself a little bit earlier than it was used to, and he was finished up because of that. Now on top, he's going to struggle for a bit as well, as he starts putting on those first aids one after the other, and Deadeye's guys, they're going to struggle in the blue zone for a few short moments. They don't have any more time. The blue zone has started to move and it's closing in. So we will have the next circle in a few short moments. And then the amount of damage that the players of DE are taking right now from the blue zone, it's going to go up quite significantly as well.
I mean, currently so far, the only team that's looking well-oiled is T2K. Away from all the action, trying to stay in one piece, but also showing a pretty confident stance. T2K, not really playing that scared, showing as much as confidence possible, making sure they're not getting overly complacent too. DRS might just be the approaching opponents here, might just be the challengers. But DRS are left with no other option than to breach through this entire site. But T2K is guarding it pretty well too. Rules realize now finally there is some line of sight on the enemy lines, and they do want to take him out as well. T2K has already opened the fray up. They've already started to scratch the Giants. DRS, they're on the verge of crumbling down. They're already on their knees. All it's the time for the players of T2K to do is just blow a knockout punch.
Well, let's see. Janie's trying to make it happen. Rules, he's just hiding his knocked body, hiding the hitboxes behind the tree, but Janie's going to go for those tap shots. You have to be extremely careful with this. The rest of the players of DRS, they're going to try and close the distance between them and Rules, try to go for a revive, train to kill, just gatekeeping perfectly, not allowing the opposition a single moment to breathe. But they have to shift their focus on their rotation as well. Try to find a safe haven for the next team fight that's going to come their way.
Sports still alive. That's a miracle. Koa has already found a nice opening. Knocked out one of the players from the side of Raw. It's Liquid who's went down. He's begging for mercy. Wants to get back up on his feet, but his teammates know. It's a little bait setup from the side of Avon Esports. If anyone does try to go towards Liquid, he will be taken out. Another man found. It's going to be Gajorvid, another entry. It's going to be Inkasu goes down. Smokey and Slipknot. These two players, a huge burden on their shoulders to try and carry the flag forward. Hitman moving up close. Way too close for comfort. On the other hand, you also have another fight approaching. It's going to be the players of Maptex Esport against Godlike Gaming. You blink it and you miss it. Maptex just doing some light work on them, but it's T2K now knocking with a third party.
Also, while all this was going on, Scarlet Gaming has been eliminated. Hitman, he got quite close for the players of Raw, but he's going to be dropped out before he could surprise them, before he could take even one of them down. And A1 Esports, they have been shown the exit from this lobby as well. Stalwart Esport, they have one finish secure, trying to put some pressure on the players of DEW. T2K against Maptech, taking them down left, right, and center, but they've lost two of their own as well. So quite an even trade between the two teams.
Yeah, but they've lost the two star players. Nirzed was doing really good in the previous game, but he's already taken off early this time. So Deadeye's Warriors now, they're handicapped big time. Raw shrouding themselves in smoke. They realize this is the only option they have available, as two players are knocked out. One of them is back up on his feet. They're looking okay so far, looking pretty healthy. T2K approaching, challenging the players of Maptex Esports. Leo in the clotheslines, left to hold things off all by himself. Now he's getting pushed on by Legend, and he's way too close for comfort as well. Maptech, two players up and alive in the front. How is Legend going to deal with him? Does he have any clue? There's two players in the front. T2K, now they have no other option left. It's either to get engulfed by the play zone or trying to approach this fight, but the DBS is going to put the final nail in the coffin. T2K out, down and dusted from this game, as now we're going to shift the focus on the other fight. It's going to be Raw against Vizzy's Club, and Vizzy's Club are going to be wiped out as well.
And both of them went down at the same time. Maptex taken down by the players of TRZ. Raw have been eliminated as well. So we have multiple teams going down in just a fraction of seconds. Stalwart Esports just ramping things up slowly and steadily. We see their name in the finish feeds as well, as they were responsible for eliminating the players of Raw. 11 teams remain, 35 players still alive, and we know because it's Sanok, one of these few individuals will definitely go for a heal battle. But DE slowly and steadily crawling towards the players of DEW. It is True Love, just being a snake, slithering towards the road, but he's going to have to eventually cross it. And as soon as he gets up, well, even before he gets up, he's going to be spotted out. Doc getting the knock. True Love is out on top. The last player surviving has a tree right in front to protect him. But will it be enough? I believe not.
Deadeye's Warriors being the guardian angels of the lines of that zone. Godlike Stalwart now looking to camp him out as well. Deadeye's Warriors, how are they going to get out of this spot? They're pinned inside the house. While Godlike Stalwart, they're moving away like free butterflies all across the board. And still scouting out the grounds in the front. They do hear a lot of gunshots, but they're just not really able to get any sort of line of sight on the enemy team. Deadeye's Warriors now just shrouding himself in the smoke, trying to create a smoke pathway inside the entire zone. He's left with no other choice than to go for a med strat here. Has 4 first aids available. One of his players knocked out, which is East. But yeah, he will need to go in eventually. Now or never. Now the zone's going to start chunking a lot of damage. You cannot afford to stay outside it anymore. Godlike Stalwart, they know there is one player still behind that house, which is pinned. Either there's a chance he might go for a med strat or not. But the problem is he just doesn't have enough amount of first aids available. He will need to step out of the cover eventually. As Giant Mara in the front, Godlike Stalwart, now they're going to distract themselves with the players of Giant Mara.
Let's see DW out of this particular game. Scry shifting his focus between the players of Giant Mara and the lads from the side of Venom Legends, who have managed to take control of the mountain, so they do have the high ground. And they will have a lot of information because of which, but Giant Mara, they know how advantageous this position can be in the end of the game, and they push for it, taking down the players of Venom Legends. But as soon as they drop, dude, they're going to be dropped down as well. Giant Mara down to the last player, no fear. Well, he is afraid now. He is experiencing fear for the first time, making a run behind the rock. TRZ out for the hunt, but he hears those footsteps, and even though the individual has thrown down, they know the threat that is headed in their direction. They know who has the circle. It is the lads from Godlike Stalwart in complete control of this game. And I believe Necro, we know who's going to win now.
Exactly. Is the Legends of Godlike Stalwart on the other side of the door to put the cherry on top. And it seems like no one's going to take it away from them. It's a date with destiny for the players of Godlike Stalwart, with 8 elimination points already secured. Looking to name some more on them, as Giant Mara's last player will be taken down, or almost will be taken down by the play zone. No fear. It's up to him if he wants to give the elimination point away or not. Nade will be tossed in. No fear spotted out and taken down easily. As I mentioned, the legend of the Godlike Stalwart to put the cherry on top, and they will be sealing the chicken dinner in this game, while we have the rest 2 teams outside the blue zone going for a med strat. But there's still one more player who is creeping and crawling his way in from the side of TRC Atomic, and he's barely hiding behind the rock. Finally will be sniffed out by Scry and will be put down to sleep.
Well, the imposter has been tossed out of the spaceship, and Godlike Stalwart, now they just wait for Malik to go down. They know where he is. They just don't see him. They want to take this extra fetish point, but they're not going to get it. And well, that does not change the result. Godlike Stalwart, they get another chicken dinner. Well, the first game didn't